Hello everyone and welcome back to JB's Total Gaming, and here I have a public service announcement for PC gamers. Now if you are a PC gamer, you're probably familiar with Steam. That's where a lot of people purchase their games, and if you're not familiar with it, go check it out. But while this is probably the most common way for PC gamers to get their games nowadays, there are big sales, it is relatively easy to use and has improved in its interface and customer service over the years. It definitely still has some issues, but it isn't necessarily going to give you everything you need. And that's why I want to bring up two more sites that you definitely want to be familiar with if you're a PC gamer. The first of those sites is GoGcom. It stands for goodoldgames.com. And the reason why it's called that is because while this site does have a lot of, current games, and also like Steam has sales and things going on, they also have a bunch of older games. Like, for example, Vampire Masquerade, Betrayal at Krondor actually Return to Krondor, but they do have Betrayal at Krondor as well, which I purchased off of this site, and a bunch of older games, and actually there you can see item you own, Betrayal at Krondor, games that if you are as old as I am and remember playing some of these games, they have versions of these games that have been updated. So if I check out X-Wing, we have X-Wing Alliance, X-Wing vs. TIE Fighter, and we can go check out these games, and usually for decent prices they have updated versions of these classic games. So if you're an older gamer that has some nostalgia that wants to play these games again and have them to be able to run on a current system, maybe there are some games that you heard about a lot that you missed back in the day you want to go check out, or you're a younger gamer that wants to check out some of these classic games you've heard about. A lot of classic PC games are available on GOG for reasonable prices, and I definitely suggest checking it out. Also, GOG has no DRM, installed as many computers as you have, no issues, a 30-day money-back guarantee. They have had refunds long before Steam ever implemented them. Overall, a better customer service site, and they don't have as massive a selection of new games as Steam does. However, they do have a lot of these older games that are updated to run on modern systems, which is fantastic, and I really do like this site. The other site I definitely recommend checking out is chrono.gg. Now, this is an interesting site where they only ever have one game available, not a lot of selection, but the thing is that game is always on sale and is often very much on sale, 50% or more, in some cases 80-90% on sale just for that day. It changes the game every day at noon Eastern Standard Time, and well, there are some really cool games on here on occasion. There's sometimes games you haven't heard of, but just recently, for example, they had Enter the Gungeon, a great indie game at a great sale. But if it is a game that pops up and you haven't heard of it, and again, not all of these are going to appeal to you, obviously, but you can always just go to check out Steam full description, and if it's a game you haven't heard of, go check it out on Steam, see what the reviews are like, see if it looks interesting, and if it's cheap enough and looks interesting, maybe it's worth picking up. I mean, I got 4 copies of a game for $1 at one point. It's a game that actually I enjoyed quite a bit. One Finger Death Punch I got for $1, which is a really cool game. So, oftentimes really cool games at major discounts, and again, even if you haven't heard about the game, go check it out on Steam. So it's definitely a site that's worth checking out pretty much every day, and with GOG there are sales like Steam, and there are often sales on big groups of older games as well. So maybe you have your eye on a certain older game, and you know, every weekend there's a big sale or whatever, and that happens to go on sale. I think at one point I got The Witcher 2 for something like $1 or something like that on GOG. I mean, again, much like Steam, there are some big sales, but it is interesting because they're sometimes on, classic games. But GOG, again, there's only that one day that you have a game available, but again, often at big discounts. So they're both sites that I definitely recommend checking out if you're into PC gaming and making them part of your repertoire when deciding what games to pick up. So thanks a lot for watching, and we will talk to you again soon.